Hello and welcome to another Peer Support Monday. It's just Doug and I for the moment. Anne-Marie will join us at some stage. But
Oh
Doug,
yeah,
it is Reconciliation Week in Australia today.
it
This
is.
week, I beg your pardon.
Yep,
So we went on, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday we went to a big function here in Nhulunbuy.
yep,
The school put on the most wonderful bungu, which is a like dance
yep.
corroboree, and they had cooked roux tails on
Oh,
the
that's nice,
coals.
isn't it? Isn't it? Yummy.
I didn't eat any.
Oh, you should.
No, but it was a real cultural experience because the culture here is palpable. I just love that. And of course, I bought some woven earrings just
Yep, I can see.
in
Yep.
celebration of Reconciliation Week.
Are they hard?
Really want to mention the empty hearts and the empty arms of the mothers who have had their babies ripped from them because of stolen
Yeah.
generations all across Australia. It weighs heavily on me. And I don't know about you, Doug, but as a social worker, I feel really embarrassed of the role that social
Yeah.
work played in all of that. Like, that is our very dark and horrible, horrible history that we all have to come to terms with.
Mm,
And may that
yeah.
never happen again. Yeah.
Well, it still is in the Northern Territory, isn't it? With the government's intervention. Is that still happening?
That was very, very recent. Oh, here comes Anne Marie. Very recent, that intervention. Hello, Anne Marie.
Hello, sorry about that. I got carried away with, I learnt new stuff with Claire last week and I got carried away implementing it.
Isn't she just the best, that Claire?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, she's very good. So, Anne Marie, we were just discussing what week it is. Of
Mhm.
course, it's Reconciliation Week, and because the high school, the schools here, it's school holidays, so they put on a NAIDOC celebration on Friday that Paul and I went to. And I've just acknowledged the mothers with the empty hearts and empty arms after, like, we ripped their babies away from them, and just the pain that that has caused and continues to cause. And I'm wearing my Indigenous earrings.
Are they
Um,
woven, are they?
they are woven, so I've got a heap
Yeah.
of them. There's an amazing art centre here. As I was just saying to Doug, the culture here is palpable. Like, they live their culture.
Mm.
So I'm regularly buying earrings, and I just swap them around, to whatever dress I'm wearing or what the occasion is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bought these from an artist in front of Woolworths, not from the art centre. And the art centre apparently allows that to occur because they have different artists that they purchase from, or people that can't get out to use the facilities. So yeah, there's an agreement between the artists in town. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about research. Doug, tell us what's happened in your world this last week.
Well, I got feedback from my supervisor, my new one, my new principal, about my literature review, and I have to cut like crazy. So I
Yep.
got to cull and get rid of a lot of fluff, which I knew about, but it's a bit hard. I just like to write, but I do have a word limit. I'm not, I guess about 9,000 for the lit review.
Yep.
Um, so I've got to cut back and be precise and concise.
Yep.
Um, Apart from that, I've been reading and watching Tara. Did you watch?
Bloody amazing.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to marry that woman when I grow up,
Yes.
honestly. Yeah, it was just
Knock off
fantastic.
Jamie and marry her.
Sorry?
Knock off Jamie and marry her.
Yeah.
No, better not do that because I don't think you could go through another one.
No, no. What really struck me, and she didn't actually want to put a number on it, but it was the number of pages, minimum number of pages for a
Up to
reference list.
20 for a reference list. 20
Yeah,
pages for
yeah. Yep.
references.
So, Anne,
So what was this? Yeah. Fill
this
me
was
in.
how PhDs are assessed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this is Tara Brabazon on YouTube. She does
Yeah.
a weekly video, but this one it's spot on. Yeah, it's
Okay.
very,
I'll
very
have to
good
have
for
a look.
all
I
of
do
it.
look at some of her stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, not
Yes.
regularly.
So I've watched it during the weekend again this morning. Doug put me onto it. I did see it come through, but I was really busy making corrections from my supervisors. So I thought I'd better watch it before I next speak to Doug, but it is really good. And she did one the week before on how to structure a PhD as well, which was very good.
Okay.
Although
So they might be really good to
get into,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think early knowing these things, because there's a lot of stuff I'm finding that I go, wish I'd known this earlier.
Absolutely, yes. And that's why I prefer to belong to groups. Like Tara, the
Yep.
group that Tara had online was just amazing. And then I replaced that with complete thesis support, which is also very good. But nobody can do PhD info like Tara does. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. And it's free.
Mm.
But it's there on YouTube. So yeah, get
And
into
next
that.
week is about the Viva, the oral exam, which I think your university, Emery, might be doing. So because yours is a pretty good university, and I think they'd have the oral exam,
Mm.
or they should. I
Yeah.
think most universities in Australia are going to be implementing oral exams anyway, if not already. So you might want to watch this week's as
Yeah.
well. Comes out on
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thursday
okay.
morning,
Yeah.
Australia
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And
Does Charles Darwin have one currently?
I think I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm
nobody
really
has said
not
anything
sure.
to me. But it was interesting watching Tara's and realizing that it actually comes after the examiners have marked as well.
Mm,
Yeah. So I'm not sure what the deal is, and even if I'm going to be expected to do one because I have presented so frequently,
yeah,
I don't know. And like I've got those two winning things behind me, so
yeah.
I just don't know.
No.
And I look forward to somebody telling me. But universities seem to change so quickly. Like they're always updating their policies and procedures, and things change. So anybody that's coming into HDR, high degrees by research, needs to be prepared that what you know now might not be the same at the end of your candidature. Because it does change, Anne-Marie. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Megan, I
Yes.
was just dawned on me that if you were looking for research assistant roles, you just might actually need to know how to use EndNote or Zotero or Mendeley.
I'm actually booked in on the 5th of June to do EndNote with the library.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and that's at the insistence of my
Supervisor?
principal supervisor. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he said, "Why don't you put EndNotes in this?" And I said, "Because I don't know how to do that."
Yeah, but see, EndNotes and EndNote are two different things too, hey?
Yeah.
There you go. Tell us about that. Yeah.
Yes. And
So,
so,
so
and also
EndNotes you
adding
could do,
footnotes and all that, you could
yeah.
do that through Word. But EndNote will speed up and make your
Referencing,
sorry, your
citation.
references spot on.
Yeah, which is what I need. I've made quite a few mistakes in my list, and we did talk about this, I think it was last week, when I said that I was doing a bibliography rather than a reference list. And actually it was you, Doug, where you nodded your head and like, no. Yeah.
Mm.
So then my supervisor actually said to me, you know that is not APA 7 standard. It has to be a reference list, not a bibliography.
Yeah.
This, and I complained about this to my supervisor. It's part of the drama that I've experienced with having had 7
Yes.
supervisors, right?
Yeah.
From different disciplines. So it was actually Tara that said, just do a bibliography, right? Put in everything that you were reading, including the multimodal stuff that I'm using because I'm doing a multimodal thesis. And then my current supervisor is saying, no, that's not APA standard. And I went and checked it out and he's actually correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have a bibliography section though, can't you?
Yeah.
Like of what you don't cite but have used, and
Yeah.
then have a reference list.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've got some work to do because going back to what Tara said about 20 pages as a minimum, if that's just my reference list,
Mm.
I've got to go and put some more references in.
Yeah.
I have my seminal authors, of course,
Yeah.
but with the bibliography where it's all in together, there's no problems. Oh yeah, fun.
So I expect to spend at least a week populating EndNote,
Yeah,
which is easy if
Yeah,
you've got
because
you go, Anne-Marie.
the EndNote will only put out as good as you put in.
Yeah.
And while there's a lot of from libraries, you can press the button and it'll populate your reference thing. You need to actually check that it's right when it goes in. It makes it much easier, but it might have capitals where you don't want capitals because, APA doesn't have capitals
Yeah,
throughout
correct.
the title these days. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's the mistakes I've made is from my
They
undergraduate.
changed their mind along the way.
Yeah.
I've got mixed things on the like when a reference has a the first part of the title and then a colon and then the next part of it. Some of them put a capital after the colon
Yeah,
and
I
some
do that.
don't.
Mm.
Yeah. And I've got to really check out what is the real deal on that one.
So what standard do you use, Anne-Marie? Do you also
APA
use...
7.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that's
Same here.
you. Yeah. All right. We're all using APA 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
But
it easy.
APA 7 is a bit different to APA 6 and 5 that I've used throughout my study. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's what I have just been defaulting to, which is really interesting in terms of neural pathways. Because I do check from time to time that I'm on the right track and I go, oh, I made a mistake. I'll go and clean that up. But then the neural pathway that is so well developed from APA 5,
Yeah.
now I'm putting my citations in and I go back and damn it, made a mistake.
And you're also going to watch out for EndNote that when the DOI gets put in, sometimes it'll populate with the actual DOI, the full address,
Yeah.
when you actually just need the 10 dot blah 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 number.
Yeah. You need to delete the HTTP.
Yeah, so you got to delete the initial half dozen word parts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll have it twice.
Yeah.
Sort of
Okay.
thing. It'll just bugger it up and it looks
Yeah.
messy.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you'll learn that it's quite a good process once it's done.
Populated. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I've got a shitload of work to do. I'm not going to be sleeping for the next month, I don't think.
Well,
And-
it's interesting though.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, so I'm doing a bit of research assistant work, but they've got somebody else who, like, you write what you're writing, and there's somebody else will find the references for you. Like you've got an assistant who finds the references so that you can check then that that does match across. but because, you know, I've got a lot just in my head without knowing the reference off by heart. And she gives it to us on spreadsheets. Yeah, which is interesting. I suppose, yeah, to give it to someone else in EndNote would be a bit funny, but yeah, she'll do like each question, she'll do a tab of the spreadsheet and then the information for you, so you can just check it out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
just if you're looking at research assistant stuff, that it's interesting to know that, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's how they do it. Yeah, yeah,
how they do it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, Anne-Marie, let's talk about your last week, because you've got some sharing to do with us.
I've had lots of learning in the last fortnight. So I did a advanced literature review, advanced literature search one, which was really good. It's stuff I actually knew a long time ago, on how to use the databases properly and all that sort of thing, which was really good. And yeah, it was really useful. And then I did the publication of papers one. And then I did Claire's 2-day training, which was really good for getting. So I was getting a bit stuck, feeling it wasn't flowing all the way through. And it was really interesting that, so I'd sort of picked a paradigm and ontology and epistemology and that sitted with me and that sort of thing. And then she's gone that, yeah, that you actually start with the question and what type of question it is. Is it, yeah, a mechanical question or a comparative, or like what sort of question it is? And then there's set paradigms that go with the types of questions, and then there's set epistemologies that go with that, and yeah, and then down to your methods and methodology and that sort of thing, and how it all flows together. And it just made so much sense, because I'd watch lots of YouTubes and stuff trying to get my head around how this all fitted together. And then when I spoke to my supervisors, they went, "Oh, don't worry about that too much."
Yeah.
And so I went, "Oh, well, okay, I've got a basic understanding of it now, and I'll just yeah, this sits with me, the I suppose sits with social work value type stuff." And so that's what I was sort of going with. And I found that I need to frame some of my questions a little bit differently to make them go the way I want to, or I have to consider, is this so one of the big things was about, is it do I want to tell about people's lived experiences, or do I want to and accept their experiences as they are, or do I want to make social comment on what that means, which is what I thought I wanted to do. But the more I look at it, I think the important first stage is to represent people's lived experiences as they are. And, you can draw some things to it, but that's not your way of analysing the the thing. So yeah.
Did
So
you
that was
buy this
really
book as well?
yeah, yes, I have, and I am going to do that course as well.
Oh,
Um,
it's great. This lives on my desk and I refer to it. So just as you're talking about the questions and the paradigm, the ontology, the epistemology,
yeah,
that's when I would be reaching for the book to check that I've got, everything that needs to flow.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just great. And she does a wonderful job at explaining some really difficult stuff,
Oh,
really
that's good
Yeah,
to
difficult
hear.
yeah.
concepts. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
no, when
she's good.
I had a look at it, I thought because I had done, there's a Social Research Institute did I think there's a 4-day thing on research stuff. And I did that fairly close to the beginning of what I was doing, and it was a paid for thing too. And I did get a lot out of it. And so when I saw this one, I was going to do the analysis one, but when I saw the other one, I sort of tossed and turned about whether I knew enough already or whether it would give me something new. But I'm really pleased that I did it because it put the stuff I knew together cohesively, you know?
Yeah.
So it was really good. But I'm leaving the analysis one till October.
Yeah, I
Uh,
might be doing that one in October myself.
yeah, okay.
Hopefully,
Um,
it fits with my timeline.
yeah, and that's what I sort of think. I need to get this bit done first
Mm.
and then have that fresher in my mind when I'm getting more to doing the actual research.
Yeah,
Did
absolutely.
did it have content analysis in it, Anne-Marie? The one you did last week?
So,
Or discourse analysis?
if she spoke about them,
Mm.
but I think that will be in the analysis thing more. But
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
did,
the one I'm only in sort of
yeah,
focusing on doing.
yeah.
yeah,
So the only the way that she had discourse analysis and that in it was just how it fitted into the paradigm and the question and then
Yeah.
your methods, you know. So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and she clarified for me about, the thematic analysis stuff, that it is a tool, not a
not a theory.
methodology. It
Yes,
doesn't have
correct.
any
Yeah,
underlying theoretical framework and that, which, yeah, because when I'm going, okay, analysis, I'm going to do this. Yeah, that isn't the complete picture. So yeah, that was
yeah,
really good to know at this stage too, because, writing up what it is I'm going to do, I sort of need to know some of that stuff.
oh, absolutely. And throwing in Braun and Clark's 2006, or was it?
Hmm.
No, that's too early. 2006. No, there's another one that has become one of the most five top five cited articles. So
Yeah.
very important, I think, for all of us to put that one in as well. And Doug, I'm just confirming that this has got narrative analysis and discourse analysis in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so she
And
does
can you
cover them
send me a
both.
link to buying that book?
No, she only offers them for sale to people who are
Oh,
doing the
that's not
courses.
very good of her.
Yes. Sorry, Doug. And yeah, I think it was $50. It was actually quite expensive.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
quite so expensive for the size book, I thought,
Yeah.
because I've got the book
Oh
and I've
wow.
registered for the training, but yeah, I
Yeah.
um yeah, not doing the training till later because I've also got so I've got my confirmation of candidature in July.
Have you got a
Uh
date yet?
Good.
yeah, the 23rd, I think it is.
Okay, good. I'll be
Um
home. Yeah.
Yep. Send
um
us the link if you can.
yes, yes, will do. And the then on the Thursday and Friday is the Life Course Centre, um, Life Course Centre. It's apparently a thing of excellence that connects a few universities together. And I'm presenting as part of their thing. Only
Oh,
Glad.
congratulations. That's wonderful. Oh, well
I'm
done.
not sure yet. I've agreed, but yes.
Oh, I'll ride you. You're doing it.
So my supervisor, Karen, is doing part of it, and they were, I don't see that they've got the other people there because what they were going to do, have someone sort of do policy stuff, someone do Indigenous stuff, and someone to do remote stuff. And yeah, I was going to do the remote bit of it. So with early
That's
childhood, all early
fantastic.
childhood stuff. Yeah.
Oh, well done. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they got more confidence in me than I have. But I figure, you know,
Don't be like that.
Oh, that's excellent. And I'm so glad that you've had a fortnight of learning.
oh
That's,
yes,
yeah. Look,
yeah.
I am again on a steep learning curve myself, and I'm supposed to be handing in less than 5 weeks.
You can't modify that. I know you don't
Look,
want to.
yeah, I don't want to, but my supervisors both advised me to, at my last supervision, they really put the pressure on to either take a leave of absence or just extend, but it
Yeah.
doesn't fit in with everything else that's going on in my life,
No. But
including
this is
my,
supposed to be the thing that you focus on in your life. You know, the bucket thing and
yeah, correct. Yeah. Look, I'm handing to Gay, the editor, and then I'm handing to the university on August the 11th. But I think from a supervisor's point of view, it's them that need more time because they're so damn busy.
yeah.
Oh, they are, like I always feel bad for taking their time up, because
Yeah,
I know like just how busy they are.
yeah.
And
I feel bad too, but it's also their job. They
yeah.
get, 30% of funding based on how many supervisees they've got. Yeah, so it is part of the expectation of being an
Mm.
academic, but I feel bad. But sometimes I need really dumb questions answered
Busted. Yeah.
because I don't know the information. Yeah,
Yeah.
and sometimes they don't either. They might say something like,
Mm.
"Oh, good question. I have no idea." Right,
Yeah.
no problem. I'll go and find out. I'll research
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Thought you might have known off the top of your head.
The other thing that so these things that the other things I've been doing, the literature stuff and the journal type stuff have been offered through the HDR section of the uni. And they have sort of gone, like any questions you've got, if you want something read, if you want, like that they will do that too. And so, which I hadn't sort of thought of them as an extra resource for that sort of stuff. So,
The
yeah.
Laura that used to come to these sessions, that
Yeah.
was in the library, she also offered that at CDU, and
Yeah.
she did a
No one's
terrific
doing that
job.
now, I don't think.
No, they're not doing it now. No. CDU had a bit of a restructure, and I don't know if that was what went on with Laura or not. I'm not sure. I've never asked. It's not my business. But yeah, like universities can push out some really helpful programs,
Mm-hmm.
but often students don't seem to know about them.
No.
Yeah. I don't know why that is. Is it that we don't look at the websites, or our supervisors maybe don't know about it to push us towards it? Yeah, that there's a PhD in that as well, the
There,
flow of
there is
information.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because yeah, that they do their thing, but that like yeah, have never said that, hey, you could get this help from here or whatever. And I find their website, unless you know what you're looking for and where to look for it, it's quite hard to find
Mm.
what you want. Like I'll put things into the search and I think it's obvious what I want, and it's hard to find.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, it can be. And then there's sections that are only for staff and sections that are only for HDR students. So you might actually be putting in the right search terminology, but you're blocked because that's only for
Yeah.
staff. Yeah,
Yeah, well, one of the things that I found really difficult was find where to put my timesheet in for the research assistant stuff. That was really difficult to find. One would think that would be easy.
yeah, that's hilarious.
It is, and it wasn't under, there was a title that was like my work or something. But no, it wasn't underneath there. It was
Yeah.
under this my Orion or something. Like,
Yeah. So this says that onboarding is not as good as it could be at many universities. Yeah.
yeah,
And your university is quite a big one, Anne-Marie.
yeah.
It's much bigger than the university that Doug and I go to.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's just my lounge room mainly. So
Yeah. Hey, mine too. Yeah.
Mine is at the kitchen.
Yeah. Where are you today, Doug? Are you in the kitchen today or not?
No, in the lounge.
Okay, lounge room.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty windy and damaging winds and all that today. So I'm slightly off. So I decided to go into the lounge where it's a bit quieter and no banging of metal and trees going crazy.
what's the temperature? Because you got longs on again and your hat.
I've got bad hair, but I think about 15, 16 degrees.
Okay.
It's
What's
been
your temperature?
pouring rain for the last half hour,
Yeah, okay.
but we're in a sort of a warning, severe weather warning from Eyre Peninsula across SA to Victoria at the moment,
Wow.
I think.
And poor New South Wales, they just got
yeah.
slammed with that flooding. Like, man.
The water.
Yeah, I love a
Yeah,
sunburned country, a land of sweeping plains, of
yeah.
rugged
Of
mountain
rugged mountain
ranges.
ranges.
Yeah,
Lots of
of
flooding
droughts
rain.
and flooding rains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So Anne-Marie, what's the temperature where you are?
I don't know, but I do know that I have I put my air conditioner on just before I started.
Yeah, I've got mine on. It's only 27 degrees outside today, which is quite cool. But I just want to be comfortable because I've got
Yeah.
longer sleeves on too. So yeah, I put the aircon on. Yeah. So it's so weird. And I wonder what the temperature in Tasmania is. That's going to be quite cold.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yes, congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm heading down to Tassie on the 28th of June. I hand to Gay on the 27th, to the editor on the 27th, and then I'm hopping on a plane on the 28th. But we'll only be away for a week. And I need a dog sitter if either of you want to fly up and look after my darling boy.
So I've got my own little puppy to look after.
The lady we were going to use, she's actually rostered to be in the homelands for that entire week, so she can't now do it. Yeah, darn, but it is what it is. I'll find somebody. So my friends, I am at crunch time with my thesis, and I can't use the voice clips, which I think I've probably told you both before, because it identifies.
That one?
Yeah,
I missed that. Yeah.
it identifies participants and it didn't go through ethics. So I cannot use the voice clips, which to me at the beginning was a real blow because some of the voice clips that I've chosen were just perfect around trustability, for example, or around explaining how people read nowadays. Like they see Audible as reading, and people prefer to hear the author's voice. That's often how the book is chosen. And if the author's got an annoying voice, it's forgiven because it is the author. So I wanted all of that in there. And of course, I can still write it out. That's not an issue. But I wanted the participant's voice heard.
Yeah.
I really wanted the spaces between words, which puts emphasis on particular words. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I can't use it. Yeah, and that's okay. So it will just be written parts from the transcripts. And I had put in a preface with my own, like I'm an ally of people with mental health issues. Yeah, I have mental health issues in my family, and I am a supporter of them, right? So I don't have a problem with mental health issues. I am 100% in favor of lived experience being out there on the agenda, right? So to honor the best practice of lived experience that says that you must identify either as having your own issues or being an ally, I've written a preface with my allyship very clearly set into the preface. And one of my supervisors, or both of them, have said that they believe it needs to be gone. It's actually got no space in the thesis at all. But I'm trying to honour lived experience here. And then I had reduced what I had written, taken certain bits out, just so I'm not identifying members of my family. And then they said that it reads really hard. It doesn't read well at all. And I think it's because I'm quite black and white about it. Like this is personal stuff. So it's just this, and this, rather than the way I am analysing or I'm narrating what it is that I'm reading and talking about. So what I've decided today was, no, damn it, I am a really good presenter, right? And this is all about engagement. The very methodology of Online Book Club is about engaging with people online. It's a different set of skills. So I've decided that I'm going to record my preface as a, oh God, what's it called? PowerPoint presenter view, where the little cameo of yourself speaking is in the corner, and I'm embedding that into the preface rather than the written word, which if it is halting the reader, like they can't, it's too black and white, whatever it is that my supervisors have picked up on, right, I'm good at presenting, I'm going to present it rather than write it, right? So I'm going to put that in. But I had also embedded some popular culture videos just as examples in my methodology, and my supervisors both said they doubt very much that assessors would read that, and I need to remove them as well. So I'm digging my heels in, and I will take out the popular culture songs, but I'm absolutely going to leave my recorded cameo of my preface. It's multimodal. If I'm now being guided away from the creativity of using my participants' voice clips, which I had permission from every person that I was going to use. I had permission. But as my supervisor rightly said, this did not go through ethics, and you are just opening up a can of worms.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I honour that. Yeah. But what this has done for me, and Anne-Marie, this links into something you said before, that you wish you'd known the stuff at the right time. I wish early in my PhD journey that I completely understood what ethics meant to my research design. And I didn't. Like, I never even considered that if using my participant's voice had not gone through ethics, I couldn't use it. Yeah, so that's my mistake. And it's a big learning, and it is a learning that I will never, ever forget. But it is what it is.
Yeah, with mine, they've sort of said, to put what I think at this point in time, but because they also want you And it makes sense that the research evolves according to what people want and suggest, and
Of course it does.
your consultation with people and that sort of thing. That the ethics is evolves as well, and that you put in ongoing changes as you need it to cope with that.
Yeah.
So
You can
yeah.
always go back to ethics with that evolution. So so because I'm so close to finishing,
the finishing,
I don't have
it's not
time.
the time to do that. No.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my oversights, and yes, they kicked my ass, and then I've had a really tough week where I've been down on myself for not having thought through that deep enough. And also realizing that, again, interesting to hear you say, Anne-Marie, about the style of questioning. My questions were way too broad, way too broad, which means that if I honoured the questions as they were, I have to have a thesis that's going to be 500,000 words.
Yeah.
So again, I didn't understand the importance of the question to the paradigm, the ontology, the epistemology, the methodology, and the methods. At that stage, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Now
That's
I
also
think,
because of your supervisors, your up-team supervisors.
yeah, absolutely. Yes, you're correct. So I wasn't guided well with my first panel of supervision. And that's okay. That is all part of the experience, and it goes into the methodology. My methodology is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But I also have to be careful because I don't wish to be rude to any of the supervisors.
No.
They all did the best that they could, under difficult circumstances with Australian universities. So I understand
and
that.
so that's where I know the social comment lies, isn't it? It's not individual. It's
correct. Yeah.
it's
But I think I'm
the broader
just
context.
now, I'm ready to do a PhD now. If I could start now with the knowledge that I've got, hey, this would be a breeze. But that's what a PhD is about. This is an apprenticeship in learning how to do research.
Yeah.
And as Tara Brabazon once said, your PhD will be the worst research you ever do. It has to be good. It has to be of standard to get your PhD, but you also need to understand that this is going to be the worst research you'll ever do, because this is an apprenticeship. Yeah. In 10 years' time, you're going to look back and go, God, I could have done that so differently. Anyway. All right then, my cherubs. Is everybody ready for me to stop recording?
Let me know where you want that book sent to.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to tell you in just a minute.
Yep.
So let's stop recording now, and if you two could just stay on so I can exchange addresses, etc. Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay, let me just stop this one now.